Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
L'Amérique n'a pas bloqué nous. Quand il y a Sylvie, il y a quoi qui j'ai vous fait presse. L'Amérique n'a pas bloqué. T'as mon bien de moi avec moi nous deux. En somme à plus. Mon moi bâti au moins néo. Mon temps dit est à mon moulin. Ça va bien faire moi dit quoi. Abela loke yo. Kagwe so adulo. Hey. Awaye. Atiolo a. Yao. Abela loke yo. Bibito jogbai. Bibito nomba. Martis mo fe yo. Manager Gigi. Ouais, t'es jamais forcé. Si tu connais. L'animateur Choco, Nosca, Yassin, de Toyebi. L'homme a tout fait pour Mivito. Aniché les deux.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Good evening, folks. Samson to La Pub Radio. We're here again this evening. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Please share this video as much as you can. We usually depends on you to share to many Liberians and any other person that want to watch us. And we say thank you. Thank you very much for that. We really do appreciate it. Safety. I'm sitting down tonight because this is a very good position for me tonight. We just want to thank God. Safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening for bringing us here again, Lord, my Lord. We ask you to continue to bless us. Bless all the folks that you have their hands on. Those of us that believe in you, we know your power. Those of us that believe in you, we know without you, we're nowhere. And we are not ashamed to call your name in a public manner such as this. My Lord, we ask you to continue to bless us, guide us, give us strength, give us understanding. My Lord, we were out here months and months in public manner such as this, calling on you, asking you to protect our country, the Republic of Liberia, asking you to protect the people of the Republic of Liberia without any reservations, because we know you have the power. We know you can do it. We know that you have done it before, and we know that you are going to do it. Oh, my Lord. Thank you. So when we come before you and praying in public, we are not ashamed. We have no shame to praise you and tell you thank you in public manner, because we know without you, we stand nowhere. My Lord, Liberia again has got a crossroad. Tomorrow will be another day that many Liberians will now go on to will now go on to believe and carry on in their own history, in the history of Liberia, that things, that whatever it is that we have in our country, it is because of you that things are successful. Because of you, things will be successful. And because of you, will always be successful. There's going to be a transition tomorrow. And because of you, it's happening. And the transition itself will put that in your hands. The whole program tomorrow, will put it in your hand. And we ask you to guide it. We ask you, my Lord, to guide the leadership of the Republic of Liberia, the incoming and the outgoing. Thank you. Thank you for not forsaking us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for looking after us. We want to ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Again, folks, we're just having some technical issue here, but we're able to resolve it. And I say thank you. Thank you. Folks, there are some very interesting things that happened today. President Weah has a video, and in that video, which I consider to be an outgoing message, and Ambassador Baka also has a video asking Liberian, are you ready? For me, he said, I'm ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be one of the beautiful days as far as I am concerned. Because when these things happen, while I'm still alive, it made me to believe that when you're having conversation with folks, whether you're joking or not, and the person tells you certain thing, start joking it down. And so it was in my case. One man, one vote. And we were told, not in so many words, that we die for you to have the privilege of one man, one vote. And the words, as they ring in my ears right now, if I get killed tomorrow, don't feel bad for me. We cannot, as people, cannot live like this forever. If I die in the street of Monrovia tomorrow, make sure you contact my father. I didn't die in vain. One man, one vote. We're going to have an inaugural program again tomorrow. And those particular days usually bring both sides, sadness as well as happiness for me. Because what was predicted to me at the time, I didn't see it. I called it tapata. I was angry. I was completely caught off guard. I was angry. I enjoyed my EJ raw time, and you're going to put this kinds of trouble on me? I was angry. But look where we are. Because of your sacrifice, we're here. Tomorrow again. I don't care whether they recognize it or not. I don't care whether Liberians recognize it or not. But deep inside of me, I am so grateful to God. And I'm happy. I'm happy that we're having these kinds of things. We don't have to go and have a one man, one say, so say one, so say all. We're not going to have it anymore. Things didn't happen the way we thought would happen. Lots and lots of people died. But it was also stated In revolution, people die. To achieve a goal that the entire group would enjoy later, people must sacrifice their lives. And I have come to accept that long time ago. Long time ago. I'm at peace. Long time ago. We're going to have that again tomorrow. The last time it happened, I was in Monrovia. I was at the stadium during a peaceful transition. I was at the stadium. This time, I'm not going to be there, but I'll be listening. I'll be watching. But I think the message is clear. Liberians and Liberia will never reverse to one-party rule. No more in our lives. No more. No more. Those days are over. All of us have recognized that those systems, the system those days, were not in the interest of the people. And so people die for us to have this privilege. People die for us to enjoy ourselves. And for those brothers and sisters that die for this particular situation that's going to be happening tomorrow. Yeah, while we grieve, we say we're sorry. However, we also want to take the opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for sacrificing your life. Can you imagine if those brothers and sisters were people like Samson too, who when you have gone shy, running away? They were brave. They were brave. They were not doing it for the richest, because if it was for richest people like me, I would be rich today. But look who I am. Look where I am. So people, there were some people that were involved not because of the money, but because of the idea. Because of the ideas, they sacrificed their life. And so those of us who watched the process itself, and at the end were broke, completely broke, but only by God's grace that we continue to live. I want to thank God. I want to thank God. Tomorrow, it's a D-Day. I want to thank God. I want to thank God. Until God called me, every time this thing happens, I will bring it up. Because there's no way that I can hide it. There's no way I can hide my feeling. There's no way I can hide my happiness. Happiness in me. Yeah. They don't even, many of you that I'm talking to right now don't even know what I'm talking about. But that's okay. You don't need to know. I know. Deep inside of me, I know. And my God knows. That's what counts. That's what counts. For you, it's a tapata. For me, it's a tapata as well. But it's an inner self tapata. Because as I'm talking to you right now, the entire setting that day, that evening, the entire setting, what clothes I was wearing, where I was sitting when that conversation happened, what I was doing when that conversation happened, it's like like yesterday. So I said, thank God. Ambassador Barker is going to be inaugurated tomorrow. Many of you don't even know how we got here. Many of you don't even know that the like of our port used to go when he writes something, he take his mat, put it on his arm, and walk the street of Monrovia because he could be arrested anytime, and for sure he would be arrested. Many of you don't even know that Dr. Bully was at the Ministry of Education working when they came for him that afternoon and put handcuffs on him and brought him downstairs from the ministry on the 6th floor, brought him downstairs with handcuffs on him. He had on white shirt that particular. I remember because I saw it. Many of you, this day, tomorrow, how important it is to all of us. The like of Deacon Collins standing there on that table, little table that I'm looking at right now, with a bullhorn, telling Liberians that yes, indeed, it is not their intent to overthrow any government, But it's their intent for government to listen to the people because the people were suffering. I remember I was there behind PUA. I was there. I was there when that light-skinned police commander came and lined the police force against the fence up right by the graveyard and told everybody to go into park because they wanted people to get out of the government sidewalk. So they pushed everybody in the fence. Well, the crowd was so much that it spilled over. And the 1979 demonstration started. I was there. When it spilled over, went on Ronald Street, from Ronald Street going up Broad Street, demonstration. I was there. I was there. I was there. I was there on Camp Johnson Road that day when an army guy jumped out of his army truck with a gun, and the gun went off. Standing right there, right beside me. Somebody got shot, got killed right there. I was there. I was there when this young Bassa boy, very intelligent, was at LU at the time. He was at LU at the time. Next morning, his body was right there on Camp Johnson Road. His father holding his son, older boy, big boy, holding him like this. I was there. I watched that. This day tomorrow means a lot to many of us. Coming here at a very young age, traveling with Dr. Dar. At that time, he was Marcus Dar, traveling from state to state, going for conferences, from one conference to another, trying to find solutions so that Liberians would have one man, one vote. I was there. Tomorrow, it's a beautiful day. Tomorrow will be a beautiful, beautiful day. I was there. I was there. I was there when I saw Johnny and Sam Colley, who was then president of the Liberian Community Organization in Rhode Island, travel in Sam Colley's car. I didn't pay for the gas. He bought gas. But we traveled from Rhode Island all the way to Philadelphia to have a ULA meeting. I was there. At that time, Tom Wowoyu was the president at that meeting. I was there. I was there. I was there when they played the tape recording of President Doe making fun of Madame Salif, but that it was not his intention to harm anybody. That was the statement that was made from that audio. I was there. I was there. I was there when people started selling T-shirts in Ohio to support the war cost. They were selling T-shirts all over to support the cost of the war, revolution. I was there, even though we spoke against it, but I was there. So I'm just saying I'm going through all of these things here, not because I'm sad. A lot of people died. Liberians challenged the democracy. The process itself was challenged. Liberian was tired that this process that we are supposed to benefit from was benefiting few people and the rest of the country was suffering. Liberians got tired and decided to challenge the system. I was there. I was there when they decided to challenge the system. And when the democracy, which I believe, in my own opinion, it's just a bluffing idea. We just bluff. Liberian wanted to, the government wanted to arrest Liberian. Liberian resisted, said you don't have enough warrant to send officers to arrest us. We're not going to be arrested. And they challenged the government. I watched it. So tomorrow is another day. It's another day that I want to say to many, many Liberians, thank you for your sacrifice. The like of Baka Matthew, Oscar Quia, Dr. Tipote, Dr. Famule, Do Mason, Do all that. Thank you all. Thank you all. Theophilus Simple, thank you all. Including Wilson Tappe, thank you. Thank you. What you guys were struggling for those days. This is the second time it's going to happen in our lifetime. I want to thank you. Thank you, Dr. Maka S.G. Don. Thank you. It's a very sad thing for many of us when we think about it, because there were some brothers here in the United States that they were not paying attention to their family. They were paying attention to Liberians and Liberia issue. Here in the United States, they were traveling states to conferences. Thank you. One man, one vote. It's always when we go to a coconut plantation for the people to speak, the first speaker will say, what are we looking for? One man, one vote. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. One man, one vote. One man, one vote. We got it. There's no need to go around and sharing tears and stuff like that. They're very emotional, but we'll hold ourselves because we got exactly what we were crying for. One man, one vote. If I leave from here tomorrow and I want to be senator of Grand United County, as long as I'm qualified, one man, one vote. Not because I'm from Totown, so everybody in Totown will vote for me. No, one man, one vote. In Totown, one person got one vote. Not because you're from Toll family that you're going to carry the name of the Toll, and then you alone, one person, you have the entire Toll family as your vote. No, one man, one vote. I want to thank you all. I'm not going to go into I'm sitting in for Mr. So tonight, and I'm very grateful. This is one of those times that I will publicly say I'm very grateful for Mr. So giving me this opportunity to sit in for him tonight. Because the fact that I'm sitting in tonight, I'm able to express myself the way I'm doing right now. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, Mr. So. Let's go into the show. Many of you, the panelists, have sent the list, the link out already. If you want to join me, please do so. So I'm going to go ahead. President Weah has a video, which is the outgoing video. I will play it, but I don't see anybody yet. I was hoping that the panelists will be able to join me, so I will play it. But let me before I do that, I will play but let me play Ambassador Baka. Ambassador Baka.
Liberians, are you ready for tomorrow? I am. If you are, think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. Liberians, are you ready for tomorrow? I am. If you are, think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia.
Okay. Folks, the analysts, if you care to join me, please do so. I will now play President Weah's outgoing message. I consider it to be outgoing message. And I will, if the analysts are not able to join me tonight, that's okay as well. I will dissect it by myself. But it's a wonderful, wonderful evening. Wonderful evening. You know, sometime in life, this is the second time. And this is let's just say the third time with my own experience. The very first time that I experienced joy and say, thank God for the opportunity, my Jesus, was when I graduated from my engineering class, my engineering school, because I spent so much time married with 2 kids, 2 jobs. And I was doing my engineering program. I was so beat up. I could smell the university. Literally, As I'm driving, every time I'm driving to school campus, I can smell the building, all of the building. I was so tired with it. But I keep telling myself, you have to. There's nobody that's going to help you. You're going to have to do it. Sometimes driving from Willoughby to Youngstown for school, it takes about an hour. And then I will play some music, and I get tired with the music. And I say, why don't you just give it up? Go to work. You got family to take care. And I will say to myself, as I'm driving, you're going to have to. You know how many people you'll make sheen if you don't finish this program? And so at the last year or the last semester, whatever it was, I just told everybody. The shooting range that I went to shoot, which we were giving 1 hour, it was one of the electives, and then it's swimming and things. I told the professor there, I'm done with my engineering classes. You flung me, I'm not coming back here. If I don't shoot well, you flung me, I'm not coming back. And I was very serious. They took it serious. I passed. But when I was finished, the joy turned into tears because it was a difficult thing to do. Somebody from Total, and you're asking that person to do an influence line as the car travel over the bridge. What is the weight that the bridge have to take? As you travel on the bridge, the car weight, it goes along with it. At what point it becomes a problem? For you asking me to calculate that. How? I don't have no bridge in Total. How am I going to calculate? But I put my hand into it. I said, I will. And I did. And this is another one. When President Weah was elected, the same motion that I'm going through right now, went through again. And this is another one. When you set a goal in life and these things are accomplished, make you feel good. Make you feel good. When I first started the engineering program, I used to have a gold, they call it a gold board. It's a cardboard where you cut pictures of things you want to see. You want in the next 5 years, where you're going to be. In the next 6, 7, 10 years, where you want to be. It was a goal that was, I mean, moving from Ohio to California, I left that board. But I used to look at the board, and I did exactly thing that I wanted to do. It's not exactly, but pretty much in line. For example, I was able to, because when I left Liberia, one of the things I wanted to do, not only engineer, but I wanted to have my own musical set. I want to have my turntable, my amplifier, everything. I don't want to listen to just radio. I had that, and I had that set. Samson too. But anyway, let me go on. Let's go on to play President. We are outgoing, what I consider to be outgoing speech, and I'll come back on the other end and dissect that. Let's listen to it.
My fellow Liberians, as I speak to you tonight on the eve of another consequential political transitions in recent history of our beloved nation, I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude and humility. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together, in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Reflecting on the accomplishment of these 6 years, let me tell you that I am proud of what we have achieved together. We have built roads, supported free wires, and free tuition at high schools and public universities, stabilize the macroeconomic challenges we face in 2018, build hundreds of pro-poor housing units, and achieve on so many fronts that we are able to list here today. However, I acknowledge that there is always room for improvement, and perhaps more could have been done under different circumstances. Regrettably, some of the long-term projects we initiated did not reach completion during my tenure. I am hopeful that the incoming administration will carry the torch forward and bring these initiatives to fruition for the benefit of all Liberians. Fellow compatriots, rumors and misinformation have played a large part in our politics over the last 6 years. It is my hope we as a country will overcome this challenge over the next 6 years. To begin this, we must start with the facts of the transition. I must report to you that we are leaving behind a better economy than we inherited. Today, President-elect Joseph Nima will inherit a stronger economy than I inherited. There is a bigger net international reserve position than was handed me in 2018. I inherited 94,999,000 United States dollars in net international reserves. And I am handing over to the next administration a net international reserve position of 222,700,000 United States dollars. This is 136% increase in the net international reserve position. The total cash balance in the government's consolidated account is United States $40,444,365.90. In 2018, my government inherited a consolidated cash position of $7 million United States dollars. The next administration thus has more resources to deal with emergency macroeconomic challenges than my administration had at its disposal in 2018. My fellow citizens, through our time together, I held still fast to two cornerstones of leadership: keeping the peace and upholding the democratic process and the rule of law. As you are aware, Liberia, for the first time in over 7 decades, experienced a peaceful transition of power when I assumed the presidency in 2018. Tomorrow, we will witness another historic moment as I hand over the reign of government to my successor, President-elect Joseph Nima, making yet another significant milestone in our democratic journey. I am immensely proud that during my tenure, Liberia remained at peace with its.
Liberians, are you ready for tomorrow? I am. If you are, think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. Liberians, are you ready for tomorrow? I am. If you are, think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia.
Let me bring in Terry. Terry, good evening. Thanks for joining us from your church, I believe. Thank you for joining us. The D-Day is tomorrow. I'm not too sure whether you have had the opportunity to listen to President Weah's outgoing speech to the nation, which I believe that's what it was. And so whether you have had the opportunity to listen to Ambassador Barker inviting people to join tomorrow.
Yes, I did. I listened to him, Ambassador Barker, but I don't know if that video that was played by Ambassador Barker is original or if it's a past video, because it resembles an old video that was played before. But I don't know if it's recent. If it is, then that's a good thing, because I just hear him saying, "Are you ready?" It almost looked like the video that was played before he went for that campaign in Monserrado County.
Right.
You know, I don't know if that's the same video that they're using to play over again. I don't know, because Ambassador Barker was in Kosu today.
Right.
And
maybe that's an old video or something. But that's what do you make of President Weah outgoing speech?
Well, President Weah spoke well. I think in my mind, he's prepping the people up for tomorrow's inauguration, which is a good thing. He's giving us hope that he is preparing himself to turn over power, which is a very good thing. Because today he was not at the church where many people talk about. So again, he's trying to alert the seditions that, hey, this thing is done. It's time for us to turn over power, you know? So we don't want any obstruction. Subliminally, I think that is what he's sending to the seditions. And he also telling the Liberians that, hey, we don't want these people to come to power and tell you, say, we didn't meet nothing in the coffers. We're trying to tell you that we live in power, but we're living with 200 million, all right? And we're living, you know, in your account, cash money, $40 million, monies that was not turned over to our leadership when we took over. But I think what I observe is that he's late in this kind of speeches, because these were things he was supposed to have done long time ago. He argued, there were arguments before that he said the previous government did not leave nothing for him. So for him to come back today now and say, you know, the previous government left $7 million in the account for you, and today you're leaving with $40 million there, and the previous government left now the $7 million, you're leaving with $200 million. It's a good thing, but why didn't you say these things before? You told us before that any government left nothing for you. So I think that was a shot, that was a bullet in the leg. In his own foot, he shot himself. But it's a good stage for Liberia. Like, I listened to you almost in tears, you know, telling the Liberian people what it looked like back then, that we should appreciate this moment. And I think on that note, I will really appreciate President Weah the most for standing tall and putting Liberia on the right trajectory going forward. So he's taking a position that say, hey, we are not intending to go backward, but we are intending to go forward. So with this particular speech today, in as much as others can critique it, scholars can say, oh, he didn't speak well, he was looking at a projector, blah, blah, blah. That is President Weah. He is doing the right thing, and I think he's on the right course and the right trajectory. The only thing I want for Ambassador Barker to do is to acknowledge, is to approve that truly I'm taking over with this amount, as President Weah said. These are the amounts that we are taking over with. These are the amount that President Weah turned over to us. He's correct. We want to hear that from him, you know, because so far we have not heard anything from the transitional team of Ambassador Barker as to what have been going on, what they're taking over from, what they have, what they, you know, all the kind of stuff. We are not hearing anything. So I'm kind of a little bit disappointed.
I see. Well, thank you, Terry. I have, before I go into the entire video, his speech, I think this, and I'll be critical because we have to. This particular setting, the entire video, the speech, the background, the presentation, and all that is the hallmark of President We Are presidency. People who supposed to do well for him have always failed him.
Right.
Look here. I don't want to get up now, but in my studio here, I have about 1, 2, 3, about 10 fluorescent light face. I hang them up, and then I'm in the garage. But I built myself a studio, and the studio, the one you see back here, this is a plywood wall on both sides, and then I put some brick looking like. I'm just telling you, there's nothing secret. But the point here, I have all these lights, then I have some light here. I have some more lights here, so you will be able to see me clearly. You don't see no shadow. You don't see when I'm moving. You don't see my light shadow. So everything blending. They have the money. The president have done so much for this country, as far as I'm concerned. I don't agree with him policy-wise, but this young man is leaving office. He has turned over, pretty much conceded, and you're going to let him give a speech in the darkness.
In the darkness, wow.
For what? These are the same people that lied to him from day one, and I'm glad they did it, because they lied to him from start to finish. Look at the teleprompter he was reading. I've been saying here from the beginning, when he used to read, take a teleprompter and put a camera right over the laptop, the way we can do it, and you will read. When you read it, they got a teleprompter that you can write your stuff, and they scroll your writing up. You don't have to go to White House to do it. When I go places to give speeches and stuff, that's what I use. But I have this thing like that. I'm reading it. It's like I'm looking to the. And when they started that, I advised, this is what you need to do. I even did a presentation on it. They're not listening. President, we are standing up. He's looking, the teleprompter is looking like he's looking way up there. What kind of business is this? What is this? The man has served his term, making look presidential at the end.
Right.
But then again, they show from beginning to end that they are not people. And the sad thing, and many of these people that are around here are also young. And people are going to denigrate them. The people will talk bad about their behavior. It's not just President Weah. It is about them. Because some of them have gone through training, highly educated, but they are unable to show these little stuff. What is it you can't do? What kind of lie you can't find on real? And you're going to have the president give a major speech like this, piano up. Another thing, yeah, man, these people can really get to me, But then, of course, I'm from the Southeast. I want him to look good. I don't agree with him policy-wise, but I want him to look good. But here's another interesting thing. President Weah's speech, for me, is something that I frown on. I appreciate the fact that he was tell Liberians that tomorrow is another milestone in our history. I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. But because we were on this platform here, arguing from day one, how much are you meeting in the coffer?
Right.
They refused to tell us. Not until today. And now they're telling us that they made $7 million in there.
Yeah.
Okay. You got $7 million. but you went and started employing my grandma and everybody to the $7 million you ought to pay everybody. So how are you doing it? Okay. You told us. And even the $7 million number, that has not been agreed to by Madam Salif anyway. The
Right.
people say they left more money in there than what President Weah is telling us right now. Okay. Then the president went in to say, when we came in, they gave us less money than when Ambassador Bakar they having more money. That's not
Right.
something for Liberian to
That
have
was
that
petty.
kind of conversation.
That was petty.
It's like a baby. You say, or your transitional team, they should have the transitional team at the end of all of this. They should have a press conference where they will tell the incoming say, this is how much we're meeting, and the outgoing say, this is how much we have. Both of them have to agree on it. What tomorrow if the Unity Party people come and say, no, that I'm with that, you said that is that where you're gonna go back and forth?
Right.
Okay, that's for me. That's childish. That's not even supposed to be part of it. I tell President we are going out. One of the things that I tell, if I was part of it, I would let him to stress on the fact that young Liberian, next generation, your country is safe. Continue to educate yourself, because what we're doing here, the exercises that you're going to see tomorrow, is the foundation of your future. Because of us, we are giving you this foundation for your future. Touch your own horn. Because before you, we will have chaos. If President Weah said, oh, go back, they start going to Supreme Court here and there, we even know who have won. Supreme Court will say, okay, we still looking into it.
And you see, to be
situation.
Yeah, to be
but
honest,
because of him, that we're having a peaceful transition. Forget about the money. Talk about the peaceful transition.
Right.
And let people know that because of your character, peaceful transition is happening tomorrow. And not the money. The money you done with money business. Whatever the people can, whatever they see, that's what they see. That's it. But then again, that's CDC. And since he's my own little brother, I said little brother because I'm older than him, but he's my father because he's the president of the country. I'm not going to use the language that I usually use here on CDC. I'm not going to do that. I will reserve it for later. But Terry, I think overall, President, listen to this. Let's discuss the money. He came in the reserve. They have 94 million when he came in. Today they're leaving 222 million. Cash on hand, 40 million they're leaving in. Now, it's the $40 million. Yes, you see, when you do these kinds of stuff, then I say you guys, they are not sincere. You say you're leaving 40 million in cash on hand. How many people you owe that they're going to knock? I'm serious. How many people you owe that as soon as President Bakar get in, will start knocking to the door? How many dollars you owe people?
That the people salary.
I don't got money. And you make that to be part of your cash on hand. How many people you owe that come Tuesday, they're going to say, we want our money? Number one, you put that money in there. Is the money, is it Liberian? Is it mixed with Liberian dollar? How much of that is Liberian dollar? You see, that's what I'm saying. You don't even talk about money because that's the kind of question people are going to, intellectual are going to be asking. Well, what is this? You don't talk money. For me, I think it's a law. Mr. Imo, Mali, you guys need to join if you have the time. Please join us. But let's go ahead, Terry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think he was kind of petty and being political at the same time because to be honest with you, it's a hard decision President Weah is taking. And I can imagine me, myself, in that kind of position, turning over the formidable.
What happened to your mic?
My mic?
Oh, okay.
Not,
all right, go ahead. I can hear you.
You getting me? Okay. Yeah, so I'm saying that I think it's a hard thing. President Weah is in a hard place right now because it's not easy to do what he's about to do. It's very hard. His legacy was cut into two. He was not able to accomplish all of what he desired to accomplish on the foundation of he himself not being able to adequately disseminate information the way he's supposed to. But all in all, what President Weah is about to do in this final stage of his reign will set a great precedent for Liberia. And I think he have already set a great precedent. That is where I really want to give it to him. Because looking at where Liberia came from, like you just narrated, President Weah could have been stubborn. He had the opportunity to do that. He could have rejected the result. He could have stalled the process and create chaos in the country. And Liberia would not be anything different from other countries in the sub-region that are going through crisis. All right? But because of the legacy he set, I want to believe this is the reason why we're having the Ghanaian president coming in. We're having the guy, Julius Malema from South Africa coming in. These are legendary politicians, or especially Julius, Malema from South Africa. I already admire him. And he came in today. I think that is his first time coming to Liberia. Why is that? Is because they have heard they have heard about the decision President Weah took when Ambassador Boyka won him. So they see that Liberia is on the precipice of a new dimension, of a new trajectory of political leadership. They see Liberia to be a state that they can rely on, that they can trust, that they can use as a role model to follow in line as regarding how to adjust how to run your democracy even when you don't want to. So I see President Weah in a very hard place because Liberia is the oldest the oldest independent state in Africa. So we are the one that's supposed to be setting these kind of precedent for other nations to follow. So he is in a hard place right now. I'm not going to beat him because I think he's showing the Liberian people a peaceful transition. But because also Unity Party people are very petty, I want to believe he also decided to install this particular stuff there, which I believe it was petty. To be honest, to talk about money, I think your transitional team, like what you just said earlier, should have been the one to announce to the public that, hey, this is the amount we're turning over to the incoming. And the incoming too got to confirm it. But you, President, we are now telling us, first of all, you're not an economist. Your analysis on what you're telling us, you're even struggling to explain to us how much you're living and what it looks like. When we even ask you some technical questions, you can't even properly explain. So I think you should have left that with his transitional team, maybe the finance minister, to properly give us information. He don't need to justify anything. He's the president. He's leaving out. All he needed to do was to tell the Liberian people, say, look, let us maintain the peace. We are transitioning. It's a good thing. Liberia need to maintain this level of democracy and all of that. We have been acknowledged by a huge delegation of international community, and we see a lot of them coming to the country. Like Joe Biden sent delegates, and to Liberia to represent him or represent the United States to say, oh yes, we confirm, and all of that. There are a lot of things that are happening right now that I'm shocked that is happening, especially when I saw the Ghanaian president coming in. But one thing I did not like when I watched the video of the Ghanaian president coming in, first of all, I don't know if he was not satisfied with the reception. So when he was giving the sash of the Liberian sash, I think the culture ambassador also, You know, they gave him the sash, he put a sash on, but when he walked further, he took it off. He didn't even he didn't even go inside before taking it off. He took it off right on the red carpet. And he gave it to his you know, his I think his you know, his bodyguard also. To me, I could be wrong. Somebody else on the line could educate me. But I think it was not, it did not look good to me. It was somehow disrespectful to our country. You
Well,
understand? Because
Terry,
I thought he would have walked, maybe go into the VIP lounge, then he can take it off because that one is behind the camera and all that. But right on the carpet, he didn't even go inside and he took it off. You know, like, take the thing from me, you know. I don't think that was appropriate. You know, I don't know. Somebody can help me
well,
and
for
tell
me,
me that who the other president did that and all the kind of thing. Because normally, Liberians always have a way of trying to find a way out of things to give excuse and all of that. Yeah.
yeah, well, for me, yeah, I mean, you're Liberian. The patriotic spirit is there, and somebody tried to do the kind of you feel. But for me, I think the fact that even if you were to take out the clothes, the fact that he flew from Ghana and in Montreal today smelling my air, that's it. That's all I want. He's not in Ghana sending message or in Ghana sending a deputy. He flew. So whether he take out a towel or he take out where he went, it don't matter to me. That's fine. But you're quite correct because you care for your country, and we wouldn't have done that in Ghana.
Thank you.
And here's the other thing also. All of those people that are coming, many of them, except maybe for the United States, but many of these people, their conversation will be such that they will gravitate toward President we are to congratulate him.
Right.
On any of them that will meet President we are, the first thing they're going to say, they will say congratulations, thank you, because President we are is young, and if you were to test the democracy, the process itself, and it become messy, what are they going to do? Is sanction him? Look at the people that are on sanction.
Right.
Most of them senator right now. So even if you're to sanction President we are, he said, forget it. I don't even have to come to America again. What you say? And he start going, he's president of Liberia state president, he start going to Dubai and Saudi. What you say to him? Nothing. You're not going to arrest him. But the fact that he took upon himself to say, and this is what I'm giving to Flanty Kofa all the time, because Flanty Kofa was very instrumental. Now, let me be fair to President Weah and his feeling as well. He was able to, Flanty Kofa was able to be successful in, I believe, because I wasn't there, I believe, Flanty Kofa was able to succeed in trying to have President Weah to come his way, because President Weah was already pissed with these people.
Right.
They have lied to him. So Flanty Kofa used that opportunity, I think, to say, okay, since it's like this, let's show to the international community that not only are you a soccer legend, but you are also going to be considered a legend of democracy.
Yes.
And I think President Weah bought that. If President, now the thing is tomorrow, I'm going to be clean now. No more campaign. Everyone like, oh, President Weah weak. No. President Weah has put himself on the map. Go
Right.
all over the world. You will not find another soccer legend who will be president of their country. I don't see it yet. So President Weah, when they making reference to him, they're not just going to say soccer legend, scored this many goal, and what have you, but that he was president of his country. Then people say, well, what did he do? It's not the issue. What did he do? That's not an issue. It's the title. President Weah. From now until he died, he will be referred to as President Weah.
Right.
So the young man, I have a picture here when he was in Well Helston, sitting on the sidewalk, black shoes, no socks. Turned out to conquer Europe in terms of soccer and came back to Liberia. Because in Europe, in fact, during the days of the war, he used to say, we're going to need help. I'm going to participate. And he came and won that. So for people to say, President, we are, no. What he has done, what he has achieved, not among ourselves, Liberians, I've not seen that yet. President Bakar was in politics throughout his life. Madam Salih, politics throughout her life. President Weah played football. From football, he conquered the political arena. So
he's not a politician.
What is it you're going to say that's supposed to bring his spirit down? So even if they come back and put sanction in, what are they going to do to it? I'm ready here. You see that number open? What are they going to do to it? So the point here is, all of these people that are coming tomorrow, yes, they are coming for the inauguration. But who made the inauguration to happen? President.
Thank you. That's my point. That's one of my points. Oh, your earpiece is now I'm not hearing you.
You can't hear me?
Okay, now I hear you now. Yeah, now
okay.
I'm hearing you.
Even the guy from South Africa, the revolutionary guy from South Africa,
Julius Malema.
If you watch the stage tomorrow, if you watch their movement, he will be close to President Weah throughout. And I won't put it past him to believe that President Bakar is in the same age groups at the people he fight at their parliament all the time. Those people he can be calling names, Zuma and things like that. Even though President Bakar is not going to be that corrupt, but those are the people that he keeps saying, "You got to get a chance." With the young people, we need to rule that year. So tomorrow I wish I was there to watch the movement. But it's going to be interesting. Terry, it's going to be very interesting tomorrow. Go ahead. I'll soon be open.
Another thing I captured too was the program at the church. All right. And even though we didn't see President Weah there, but I saw Madam Sirleaf. I was surprised, and I saw Madam Sirleaf. And the message that the pastor preached was very, very awesome. He talked about priority. He spoke about, the two nations that Liberia is like two group of people, with missed priorities. Two group of people. We talk about Jacob and Esau. And I thought that his presentation was very, very clever. I think after the program, he was even interviewed because he went directly to the nitty-gritty of what is going on in Liberia and in the society as a whole when it comes to corruption. And I think that is what everybody is hoping for this incoming government to address. And he made that very simple and clear, and even included the clergy in the country. That the level of corruption is even embedded in the clergy. So, it's a systemic thing, but we are hoping that the incoming government will be able to address those things because they are the reasons why, Liberia is the way it is. Not that, even though Liberia do not have money every year to generate huge sums of money that's supposed to change the entire country from a level, because our budget is around 600 million, which is a very small budget. That is just equivalent to one person's, in some country, that just one person money. That is the money that a whole country runs on. That alone tells you how ineffective Liberia is. So we boast about that kind of budget. But then again, in as much as the budget is very low, what is hurting Liberia the most is the level of corruption, because as low as this budget is that can meet our goals and targets, people are stealing these monies. That is the reason why Liberia is suffering. So I think Ambassador Boyka have a great task ahead of him in as to how to address these concerns in the society in regards to corruption. I think if he does that, his government will be one of the best government Liberia will look up for, because the Liberian people they're not asking for much. All they want you to do is to control the money, that the money will meet up with the trickle-down effect of the masses, in as much as the money is very small. But at least what it is intended for, let it be done adequately. Like we saw this thing here, I was listening to Spoon Talk yesterday, and they were discussing the budget for the inauguration. And if that paper is authentic, that he was flashing up and down on his network, then it means that it's not a good sign for President-elect, the GMB government, because those budgets the budget is not clearly defined as to how this money is being spent. So maybe they're going to give us an update after the inauguration and all of that. But the expectation,
Yeah, thank you. But overall, with respect to the budget, I think the spending process in Liberia, I think Liberia is in a good hand. We have Molu, we have Amara Kone, we have Flanty Kofa. Now, mind you, Flanty Kofa and Amara Kone, they are good friends. All of us, we are.
Okay.
But they're very good friends. I mean, they know each other well. They're very close. Okay. Now, Amara Kone were not, I mean, they're in close contact. I know these things. When Amara Kone were running the show, if you want something from Amara Kone, I'm not going to say. But anyhow, they know each other. They know they're very close. I know those things. But here's the thing here. Amara Kone, I don't believe, will sit down and Flanty and allow Flanty Kofa to accept a budget that is so bloated out that it's going to get Liberia in trouble. And Flanty Kofa, on the other hand, will use Amara Kone knowledge of budgeting. And another guy, most likely that will be coming to Liberia for help will be Augustine Nafan. I don't know, Nafan or Kafan, whatever. Yeah, he will also be there. So the young people, they have had the experience of running this whole democracy process. So with that ring, if Ambassador Bakay do not allow the old people to put confusion among them, he will be successful.
Right.
Because Flanty Kofa, I said before, and I want you to trust me, Flanty Kofa he's not a vindictive person. And Flanty Kofa will not let sedition to hold his nose. No. Flanty Kofa, and the way they have it, I told you guys the other day, Tomo Fala, I believe, was riding on Flanty Kofa coattail. Tomo Fala will not leave Flanty Kofa behind.
But did you see the picture with Thomas Fala bending down
you saw him bending down. I rest my case. When Flanty Kofa went to meet Ambassador Baka, was he now also being respectful? He was. When he came back, the conversation they had, most likely, our power. Let's make sure we work with him. The only issue they're going to have, if Ambassador Baka and people put a budget together, as I stated before, and I will say again, then you have some greedy person like Samson Tor come in and say, oh, that budget, they go to whatever ministry, whatever total ministry Samson Tor is running. So that budget, okay, the money here is not enough. He put another 50,000 system. And then because he doesn't think that people have the ability to go item by item. Now, Flanty Kofa, the fact that we have Amara Kone in there and we have John Molu, look, the competition that's going to happen about these three people in a good way, it will help this country. Because Flanty Kofa does not want to be viewed by Amara Kone or John Molu as someone who does not have the ability to read and to look at things. So he's going to look at those things critically. And Amara Kone, on the other hand, if he has the ability, to view these things, he will be able to say, okay, this is what I want to do. So because of the healthy competition among the intellectual, young intellectual, it will be very beneficial for us, all of us, specifically for Ambassador Baka. Now, if you have the old people, they like Prince Johnson and other people, and they want something, they can't get it because these young people are going to be tight. They're not going to just lavish money that what was happening before. Before you get your money coming to you, you first of all have to justify why you think you need this kind of developmental money to come to your county. What is it about? Justify. Give us a breakdown. That's what these young people will do. And many of these senators, they are not used to that. So, Terry, it's good to be alive this time. You will truly enjoy this coming.
I hope that the way you're talking it, how it will be, but I really doubt that how it's going to be. Because like
you doubt it?
Because to be honest with
you,
you,
hold on. This is the liberal at 2-0 right now. So you say you doubt it.
Yeah,
okay. I know you're not a betting man. You're not a betting man. I will be coming to Minnesota within the next 6 months to a year. How about you taking me? Because when I went over there, Sissy bought me one huge sandwich. I never had that kind of sandwich before. It was so good.
Where did he go?
They have it at his working place, but it was such a good sandwich. He bought that, and I ate it. I was flying that time. I didn't eat again until I got to Sacramento. So it was a good sandwich. So I will be coming to Minnesota 6 months to a year. When I win this bet, and you will take me to Sissy office, and Sissy will show you what kind of sandwich you bought for me.
Then I will buy the sandwich.
All right, go ahead, make a point.
Yeah, the reason is simple. Fanati Kofa is the Speaker of the House. He will be able to influence bills and stuff. All right, but most of those guys, like the likes of Thomas Fowler and all those kind of thing, those guys are after their own interests. All right, and we all know that. And one of the problems I have with Mr. Kofa is that he remains to be the lawyer for many other entities in the country that goes against our constitution, which is a conflict of interest. So I doubt he will be very effective and efficient to the core. And looking at him and Amara, they are not in the same house. Amara is in the upper house. He's in the lower house. Amara will not be able to get his will accomplished because Amara got a lot of other senators there that got different view on issues. So Amara, even if you want to proffer a bill that will be very, very good in the interest of the people, it have to meet up with the other senators' agreement. All right. And I think
no. I don't want you to wrong. I don't want you to wrong with that because that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. They will cooperate in a sense. Amara is a financial person. He knows financing. Kofa is a lawyer, know the law, know the Constitution. What's his name? John Malou is an auditor. So what I'm suggesting to you, not in terms of passing bill and things, no, Flanty Kofa in the lower house, he has nothing to do with the Senate. But what I'm suggesting to you, for example, if a budget or any monetary aspect or anything that have to do with money comes to the house, and Flanty Kofa wants to have a clear understanding of what this money is about and how it's supposed to be distributed.
You mean he would network? He would network with Amara?
He will seek the advice, seek the audience with Amara Kone. And Amara Kone, based on his knowledge of financing, will give that advice based on the knowledge of financing to Flanty Kofa. Likewise, if Amara Kone comes across something that he wants to proffer a bill, say for example, but that particular bill has some constitutional aspect in limbo or whatever, most likely will seek the advice of, because Amara Kone is not a lawyer. So I'm suggesting to you that most likely he will seek the advice of Flanty Kofa, who then will use his experience as a lawyer to try to suggest and have a conversation. Likewise with Manu. Saying, but with all of that networking that I'm talking about, there will be a healthy competition. None of them will allow each other to be rolled over. So the competition is going to be there.
That is where I disagree with you, because politics in Liberia is not like that. Politics
so you say you disagree with me?
Yeah, I want to disagree with you on that note.
Okay.
Because I think, you see, with the job positions these guys are in, they're going to be divided. To be honest with you, I must admit to you, Flanty Kofa may be friends with Amara, but when it comes to politics and the job he's in, he will not want to ask Amara anything, because it will look like they say he's not properly informed enough to go and inquire from Amara, even though Amara, first of all, Flanty Kofa got a lot of experience when it comes to budgeting and how budgets are passed and monetary or transactions and all of that, because he's been a deputy speaker in the House. And that is one of the reasons why they gave him that position. So he's not going
to... Please spare me that. When was the last time? The campaign over now, and I'm going to fool around again. When was the last time you heard Flanty Kofa talk about budgeting and things like that? That would make sense financially? When was it?
What I'm saying is, he presides over, he been presiding as deputy speaker closer to the speaker's position. So he have had the opportunity to know exactly how budgets are passed and all these things. He has the experience. He don't need Amara now to tell him what to do. Amara, in other words, is the one now that is just coming to the House of Senate. He have no idea whatsoever how that particular work functions. And that's why he's going to
rely on his friend.
Yeah, and if he begin to now solicit view from a man who have never been in the Senate, it will look like to say,
you're getting it wrong. You're getting it wrong. The law-making process is based on law. Simple. Based on constitution, based on rules. And for example, Amara Kona is a very smart person. It won't take him long to know these things over there. But if you have to write a bill, what are the language that will be suitable and will be agreeable with the Constitution? Those are the kinds of areas that he most likely will seek advice from his friend.
He will make research. You must understand, Pato, is that these two guys are from two different political parties that carry two different ideologies. They cannot be seen.
You're missing the whole thing.
In as much that I want to say, because
what political party is Amara Kona?
The politics. Is like independent, but he more so sides with the Unity Party. Look, yeah, he independent, but he sides with the Unity Party. So
let me give you an example. I say I know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say who. I'll just give you a scenario. So about 7 years or so ago, Samson told with vast network. I know all of these young people. So I went to Liberia. So I was in Liberia, and they led my best friend, Ella Lawrence, invited me, took me. They have this. I never knew that. When you come from Capitol Hill, when you go in front of the City Hall, as soon as you pass the curve a little bit, on your right-hand side, they have a street that goes to the beach. They have that restaurant over there. Very good place. So he took me over there.
I wanted that Golden Beach.
I don't know. He took me over there and bought a fish. Ella Lauren bought a fish for me. And the plate cost about $27 or $30. I told you, I said, I can eat that thing 5-7 times to Lapabido. We're laughing. And guess who shows up? All of them. The Flanty Kofa, the Tomo Falau, the Gray came in and grabbed, because my wife don't drink. So he grabbed Ella, drink. You don't come here with the papi, you think you don't come here and enjoy the papi, something like that. but the point, I'm not going to go into the conversation we had, but the point that I'm making is when we were around that table, there was no CDC, Liberty Party, nothing like that. They were in their main interest. Even my own little brother, Shasha Graham, was there. Their main interest. What are some of the things they needed to do to move? These people, they're smart. They only act stupid when they want to. Because the conversation that I listened to that day, what are some of the things they needed to do? And they were making reference to Kofa because he's the lawyer. And I watched him. I have to excuse myself because at that time I have to go and take care of the young people, the class already. So I had to go. But I was enjoying it. So these people, I'm talking about Gray. I like
Carrot
Gray. This is a guy when he really talk kind of tabata, but that particular day, on a like a coach.
Yeah, but Pato, what you trying to do? What you
that
trying
when
to
the
do?
time comes, they will put political party business aside and work.
But that is how that is not how
I got CDC.
Take your call.
I got CDC cut on the line. Let me bring it in. Let me go put a phone in your mouth with CDC. Are you there?
Contribute.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening to you.
All right, what's up? I send you the link. Why are you coming on the phone?
Yeah, no, I didn't get it. I just looked there. I didn't get it, so I said, "Yeah, listen to the program." Call later on.
Hold on, let me merge.
So
I send a link. You and Terry in the same what you might call. But let me merge this guy. Go ahead, Carter.
So you know what I like about your conversation is you painting a picture. You're painting a picture that your picture is painting is what is in your head, and you're painting this picture and trying to say this is what is going to happen. And on the other hand, my brother is trying to tell you on the other hand, no, it's not going to be like this. So I don't know whether somebody gave you a script or a blueprint as to how this whole thing going to work out, and you got it so fixed to the extent where you can predict the next step or the thinking of Konati Kofa. You got the thinking of even Moluba Molu and what a guy named Molu John Molu, and also the thinking of Joseph Braka, whoever. And Terry trying to tell you that's not how it works. Everybody got their interest over there. Everybody has an interest over there. So people are going to work based on their interests. They're going to put like 3 people interest there first, but they're going to have their own political interests that they will be pushing. So if Joseph Boaka brought something that will not go down well with Kofa, it being a speaker of the house, they're going to go through their caucus and do all the different talking, and it will come up with something to say. And as Fanatic Kofa made it clear, if Joseph Boaka do anything in Liberia that will promote our country, push it forward, they are all in for it. And all the lawyers, the lawmakers have been saying the same thing. The United States will be obstructing if he knows that he wants to complete the Raul International Airport road, and they will stop it because our president we are project. No, they're gonna sign a contract so they can go and do it. If they want to complete the Lofa road, the legislature will go into it. Fanatic will be in for that because these are things that will move the country forward. But for you to just predict, and pin that picture that this is how it's gonna be. Well, I don't know where you're getting your information from, but I don't think that's how it's gonna be. And I agree with Terry.
Let me push back on both of you. Now, my comment here is being informed by my experience with these people. I've had conversation with all of them before. Now, and I have dealing with both of them before as friends. Now, at that time, Amar Conan, of course, he was a minister of finance, but the way he came across in many of the conversation, he didn't come across as though he's seeking a specific interest of Unity Party. No, So, and I'm not going to sit here and say I know Amara Kone just like I know Flanty Kufa. I know Amara Kone, but not by much. But from the time, the kind of engagement that I have with this young man, look, Terry and Carter, people can hide themselves, but they can't hide themselves for
Mr.
long.
Toke, you fix your microphone so we can hear your microphone is not too loud.
All right, can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, that's good.
Okay. So
yeah, that's better.
People can hide their true self, but not for long. You won't be able to hide yourself for long. It's just a matter of time before you show up. Let me bring in Mr. George. Mr. George, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. So you can't hide yourself for long. What I'm saying to you now, Mr. George, can you hear me?
I don't think he's hearing you.
Okay, then I don't know. Can you hear me now?
I think you're muted,
Hey,
George.
it's good I can hear you. Let me be muted because I don't hear like old man voice a bit.
George will come for you.
You can hear you.
You won't talk about so let stay ready.
Okay, go back in and come back out, Mr. George. Go back and come back. Cut it off.
That's
and
good.
come
Thank
back.
you so much. Let you go. Let you go and stay out. He should come back.
Mr. George, go out and come back in.
That is shit.
George said you should unmute him. He said you should unmute him.
You're dealing with it,
Oh, he tell everybody. Oh,
Mr. George, go back and come back in. Can you hear me now? Cut it off. Cut it off. Cut it off. Break it and come back in.
go and come back.
Okay. All right. Let me put him. Okay.
That man be there or show. That man be there.
Okay. So the point that I'm making, Carter and Terry, these young people are intellectual. In fact, I'm not even going to go far place. You, Carter, you, Terry, and Sese, if somebody was to put you guys together, in as much that most of the time you disagree on a lot of things, but first you will try to find the common interest, and you will work for that common interest. That's just human nature.
Yeah, but
So it's too fast from Amara Kone, John Molu, and Flanty Kofa. They're all crowder boys. Flanty Kofa is a little bit older than both of them, I would think. So, but when they come in, they're going to work together. Now, I'm not saying that Flanty Kofa are going to go and meddle into the affair of the Senate. No. But if Amara Kone has issue, because Amara Kone is smart, and if he have issue that he doesn't, he's not going to be ashamed. He will ask his friend. Same thing with John Molu, and same thing with Flanty Kofa, because Flanty Kofa does not want to look back at later on something come that have to do with him, and then go to John Molu. We got to order. The people are not serious. That's the point I'm making. But anyway, let me see Mr. George. Mr. George, can you hear me now? Mr. George, can you hear me? Jesus. All right. Okay. Go ahead, Carter. Go ahead. Mr. George, can you hear?
So one of the important things of the day, I think I shared that in our chat room, is the president.
Don't count Tabata because we finished dealing with that thing ever since. So don't.
The president said, I don't want to highlight some serious points that discussed on this show before. The president said he's not gonna get involved in politics anymore. He's done. You see, when you talk to that guy, he's and he said from God or ever. But when you listen to President Weah's speech, he said that he remains the standard bearer, and he's going to continue engaged. He will be engaged actively in the Liberian politics. He's going nowhere.
So the comment he made in the church that day, is that for Tabata?
No. Apparently, people have been talking to him. You heard what?
So the people talk.
You heard what the guy said.
they convinced him to come
No,
back.
people talk to him. People talk to him, and even some of his close confidant talk to him. Apparently, let me be honest with you. Maybe your President we are being sarcastic to that man, because if you listen to him, President we are told the guy in the church, said, "Look, you're waiting for me for 2029. We got somebody who coming in the chair now. Why you can't tell that person to do the great for President?" No, I'm saying. Yeah, but he said, Tony man said, he said there's a government there, so he can tell the government, if the person that coming,
no.
they can
Besides
do
that,
the
he said that and I'm paraphrasing now, that he will not be part of the 2029 politics. So where are you coming from with your owner?
No. Now you say what he said.
No, bring a book. We go back time. That CDC platform here, where you can go and put your foot in your mouth. We go back time. Wait until I call your time.
Mr. Toe,
Yeah.
you gotta listen to you just cherry picking here and there. I'm telling you, from when after the old man spoke and told that.
Listen, I'm telling you as though you have some sort of first-hand knowledge that I don't have. Go ahead. What is it?
No, I'm not saying you have. I say you cherry picking.
Okay.
When you want to pour out there to satisfy your talking point, like what you put on there. But I'm telling you, the conversation the president had with the man in the church.
Look, Carter, let me just tell you this. President we are not fooling me. President we is a politician. Even if you were to get out,
I didn't say he was fooling you.
No, listen now.
Listen,
I say I'm not being fooled, because even if you were to get out, it doesn't matter. One or two people petition in, you will come back in. What's making you think I believe that you're going to stay out? You're not going to stay out. But let me go to Breakable. Breakable, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, what's on your mind? Mr. Judge, can you hear us now?
Yes.
If I say,
Yeah, we can hear you clear.
What you mean?
I'll listen to Terry when he said,
Hold on. This is not a place for you to express your concern. What your question? All we want you to do, don't come here and come concern anybody. What people got to do with your concern?
Okay. I don't want to involve what Terry said. Terry, you're saying right now the president.
Hold on, Breakable. I'm not here to make friends with CDC. I told you already. So just ask your question. I'm running a show. Go ahead, ask your question.
Mr. So I'll call you. I think I'm watching on YouTube. So the way he's talking, I'm seeing you. The action, all the action is doing, I'm seeing you. So no, let me tell you, Terry. Terry is not late. I hear you saying why the president, since they don't come and say why the UP left in the treasure, and now he come and say, oh, they left this one, he left this one, take contact himself. UP they never wanted to do it. The president want to be clear to the Liberian people that what are leading in power, this is what are leading in power. And you yourself as a sound being can 90,000 or 90 million self government that they left that were in power for 12 years and leaving from power. 90 million. Can you do anything to government that coming? Can 90 million succeed a government for 2 months?
Okay.
That's not money.
So what?
They make about 200 million living in power.
Okay.
Again.
So hold on now. You 90 million can't do anything. 40 million can do something.
Why? The 40 million and 7 million to discussing. Why not? The man said cash in cash is 40 million. People left 7 million in cash. And 40 million they then left and they were in power for 12 years. They then left for power for 6 years. And leaving 40 million there. They left 7 million out of 12 years. Can you compare that?
Okay. All right, thank you.
Can you compare it?
Okay.
No, I come in. 1 second again. Look, you know, Mr. So, you guys will be so prepared. And listen, Terry, and let how it be serious. The president, all those things the president said, if you look at it keenly, think of yourself admitting the truth that President we are, if not President we are, the inauguration, tomorrow inauguration, not going to be here. This is what people saying. The president have kept the peace. When we say president kept the peace, you say, oh, the man, I don't want to carry the peace. The president have power to do anything in our country when you're in power, to turn anything around. But because
when you make that kind of statement, it's like then you consider him to be a dictator.
Right.
Is that what he was?
No. That's what I'm saying. You're making to be dictator. You're making to be
You
dictator.
don't want to say the
But
man
because
got
the
power
man,
to do anything. You said the man got power to do
so
anything.
you're saying the men have power. So the other countries that in Africa that do it, the same thing. Does he not have power to do it?
Let me bring that up.
But you have power. Because it's time, man, and being a lot of country, the man look at it and let it down. And he said it to you.
All right,
The man want to basically write to the people and say, this is why I'm leaving. It's not wrong. They now do it. You know what say they did this and the next saying it. So thank you for the show. I watch it on YouTube.
Thank you. Watch us. Thank you. All right, Carter, you just sit tight. Mr. George, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. You've been hearing our Tabata this evening. Any pushback or any?
Oh yeah, that's serious pushback.
Oh, go ahead. Now what the people say? Children said, you know what they were saying? They say I'm gonna continue to mute you. They don't want to hear.
I heard Kete talking, but Kete, you can mute me from now. I will still talk. The other outlets I can use.
Go ahead. Make your point.
Let me say this. This is just laughable on some of your part. What you're talking
about. Yeah, I hear to listen to your Tabata Papa.
Oh yeah, listen, Kete. Go here to listen. This is just laughable on some of your. You know, I will use on Sunday school language. President, we are live with the Liberian people. When President we are told off from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, he told the Liberian people that the government did not leave one cent in the coffer.
Right.
Ellen Johnson came back and pushed back and said, no, I left $150 million there. Then he came back and said, oh, only $50 million to solve. Today, he can't say the men $92 million out there. Is that someone who is honest? That being deceitful. So how do I believe you? You did not mention to us how much cash flow you met. Today say $7 million. So we'll go back into relitigate. Those are the things you talk about in the first week in your statement to the people. I mentioned to the Liberian people what to do. Right. Meeting. But you came up flat like said, you didn't mean one cent there. You were singing this one, the Ellen Johnson got to come back. You were forced to come. I said, no, I left $150 million and I challenged anybody. So, I mean, it's just been, people are deceptive. Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about, he said the economy is stronger than before. No, President, we are. No. When any people are making $150 to $300 plus. Today, what state you live in the economy in? You keep homogenization. People making $50 to find that they cannot take it for 5 months. And if the economy is strong, then why have you people pay the people? Except you have been very wicked to the very people you say your rule. You're keen to liberate. Because that the only justification I can see. Because if the economy is good, then I mean everybody should be government employees.
You should pay the people.
Pay people.
Especially Christmas and New Year.
Okay. You didn't pay them. Somebody can say you have surplus. Not for the layman. If you have surplus of food in your house, what happened? Everybody will eat that somewhere for. Let me put it to that. Let me bring it down. That's simple. You got plenty of food in your house, everybody will eat that somewhere for. But if you have surplus and people cannot eat, then how do they know that you got surplus? So this speech, yes, that's a going on speech, but it has too much flaw in it. Because there's no way you would tell anybody the economy today is stronger than before you met it. No. It wasn't, I just laid out some things. So how can you balance that? Okay. You cut down when you were taking oil, Ellen government gave you 900,000 and I think 50 some more change for inauguration. Joseph Walker owned your reduced to 600,000. So if the economy is strong, why are you going to get the same amount of Joseph Walker if the economy is strong? Why don't you pay the civil servants? We see people every day lacking offices in Morovia. How can the economy be strong that people are doing these things? What is the price of bakery when you talk about compared to today? Bakery, the people $13, $14. Today, what? A triple. How can the economy be strong and people are paying more than today what they were paying 6 years ago? How can you balance that? Look, it's time for him. He was forced to do it. He got to do it, but the statement itself has many problems. And let me just close on this note.
Cutter, you got to lower your monitor.
Today was one of the sad days in Liberian history.
Why?
The intercessory service that was held today, President Weah did not go to that service.
Right.
No reason. That is the service normally is hosted. It's open to everybody.
But why didn't they take it to the church?
Why did they carry the focal collection for what? For what?
But what you say?
And here's the thing. When he was taken from Ellen Johnson's cell, Joseph Walker and former President Ellen Johnson cell was there.
Yeah.
That's serious for him. The videos are there, they were there. Today, he was in prison. He went to his church to preach. Someone asked you, oh, it's not law. Yeah, it's not law. But morally, it's a tradition that we have adapted to.
All right.
So I just thought today again that was one of the petty sides of President Weah. Because all the dignitaries in Morovia today attended the service, including former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. His vice president went there, and nobody will tell me that he sent the vice president because there was no press release to that effect. Because I know Kennedy and that leeway in want to count the vice president there. No. When his turn, Joseph Walker and Ellen Johnson were present. She didn't send Joseph Walker. So I just think that one of the petty side of President Weah, out of one of the lowest end of his presidency.
Okay. All right. Carter and Jose, you guys gonna have to call back because the thing is not merging. Okay. Carter, are you still there? Okay. All right. So Mr. Josh.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Okay. All right. Carter,
Yeah, you just dropped it. I'll just drop it.
Yeah, no, it was somebody called and I tried to merge them, but hold tight. Mr. George, I'm not too sure how many of what's about my Tabata with the progressive?
Yeah, Tabata, you just, let me say you want me to talk on it. What is Fonanti record that you can speak to? That you're trying to glorify him.
Let's drop it. Let me go.
No.
Let's drop it.
You cannot do that. You cannot do that. You will not do that. You cannot do that. If you just want to get me off a show, you can do it.
I want you to help me to pray for Andikova.
If there's a time to pray for praising,
you're asking the wrong man.
I'm not a wrong person.
You're asking the wrong man.
We have to have everybody's opinion.
This is why you do.
Mr. George,
Never say anything.
Go ahead, Mr. Josh.
The problem with people, this is why you people continue to take, don't want to take Liberia into the wrong direction.
Step back.
Carter, let him finish. Go ahead, Mr. Josh.
Fernandez Kofa served as deputy speaker for 3+ years under George Weah. What was Fernandez Kofa's statement on financial issue when it comes to the budget that you can link me to? To say this man wanted to see something transparent in a house, and he spoke against the kind of ills. What budget land that he accused that no, this budget, this land cannot go, it must go to this thing because it will have a direct impact on the people. I never saw it. Maybe you have it, you can show me, link me the video.
Okay.
I'm not going to work at the Ministry of Finance. We know I'm not going to record. Gafon working in the government, we know the record. Oh no, I'm not going to, there were budget shortfall. We know it. But what is financing on the record that you continue to link? You want to link financing Kofa, John Molu, American. John Molu know his record. But so what is financing Kofa saying? Your brother, what is his own record that you can push to us, to sell to us? I have not seen it. I don't want you selling the apple to us that you saw Joy where as an apple to us. That the apple was good only to find it was a different thing. Now in that tangerine you were selling to us.
That lemon. I need to get some sweet tangerine.
Okay. Thank you. Let me go to Terry. Terry, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, the seditions will always be.
Terry, hold on. I have another caller here. Let me put that person on. Oh, no,
okay, no problem. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, the sedition will always be sedition. But so obviously, you know, there are a lot of things that Pat George said that I want to seal tonight with. You know, on a good footing, I want to seal with him on that particular.
You don't gotta be good for no. You can debunk what I say.
No, yeah.
When you debunk it, you gotta give me the facts.
Did you give any facts?
But to be honest with you, I'm sailing with you a little bit. The only thing I want to say to that statement you made about Fonati Kofa was a deputy speaker, which means his ability to actually produce, to procreate, to, you know, evolve was limited. So thereby, all the responsibility for me, I will put it on Buffer Chamber. You understand me? But now he's in the driver's seat. The only problem I have with Fonati Kofa that I share on this program tonight is that he holds lawyer. He's loyal. He's working for other entities. Like I heard the central bank. He's the lawyer for the central bank. I don't know how true that is. If that is true, it's a conflict of interest. All right, and that he's lawyer for many other business entities in the country. And you cannot be in that kind of position and serving as a lawyer at the same time. It's conflict of interest. You will not be able to work efficiently. And the area I disagree with the labor on is that these people have, their jobs are different. They will never, in as much as they are friends, I doubt that they will be able to cooperate or to coordinate. You know, I doubt it. Because in the fairer fees, they feel that they should have control over the area. They're not going to involve another person like Amara, because Amara is my friend, so I must involve in what I'm doing. Because Molu is, in fact, Molu and Amara right now, they can't agree. Because remember, Molu was supposed to audit Amara when Amara left the finance ministry. In fact, Molu did audit it, and he had all the information before he left the GAC. So Molu and Amara don't see eye to eye. That the first thing. And Molu and Fonati Kofa will not agree. They will laugh when they sit in a gathering, but it doesn't mean that they are able to work together. Yeah.
Okay.
And Terry, just want me to correct you on something. Being deputy speaker, you are a representative of a constituency. And any issue comes to flow, you can speak on it. You can speak on it as a representative. That does not interfere with your position of being deputy speaker.
But they said that he did contest it many times. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Jose, are you there?
Mr. Toe.
Yeah.
I'm not Jose. This is a guitar crew man from PANELISTS, Grand Crew County. Jose, that Mexican name.
Oh,
this is Terry Lion Yacon, calling from Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay. Okay, Nyakon.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thanks anyway. It's true democracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, Jose. Okay, thank you for taking the call.
Go
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Toe and your body, you know, your piggy Terry. You know, sometimes you know the truth. You already know the truth of President Weah. You know this man have done so much for you, but you're criticizing to the number. You're criticizing as if to say that Baka so better than him or nobody else. You know, but yeah, we are. Y'all give the country to Baka. You can see the signs. You know, but you know, there's no need for George. At least one day, let him try to say one good thing of President Weah. But I think, oh, he will just find some sort of a way to wrap around it, put a rope around President Weah neck. They always.
But just tell me the thing I say a lie. Just come and say that when you say that lie. I mean, tell you you can say it.
Well, let me talk about, you know, Funanti Kofa. He's a rising star of the CDC. One day in the future, maybe truly a lawyer that works around everybody to be president of Liberia. But it's not breaking news, but as a political, you know, genius, I think I can see something in the pipeline.
You political genius?
You know. Oh yes.
And you told our president we are
I'm
going
a
to be hey, hold on now, you political genius. And you told our president we are going to be re-elected.
Of course. He said man proposed, God can dispose also to some part. Yes, but I don't think.
I'm glad you know your genius has limitation. God does not have limitation. I'm glad you know that. Go ahead.
Oh well, I'm not the creator. I'm just a poor man. But let's be frank. President Weah has set the trajectory straight for everybody to come with constructive criticism. Something I really admire. You know, you really criticize President Weah. Every one of you guys, every one of you up there. But you know, it's the true democracy. But sometimes you guys have the other side, you know, to pave the way for others to be able to speak their minds. But even though when we try to tell you the truth, hitting the real points, you know, projecting the real points, then you will want to cut us off, like you were trying to cut Brigable off, including relating to the budget.
Okay, my phone getting
no, you can't tell me that. Please, don't try that to steal that. Please, I beg you. You know, please. You know, President Weah, yeah, you know, President Weah have done so well for this country. So it's high time that we see the best for him. You know, but I want to talk about the EFL. The EFL have a stake in this new government, and the EFL will be one of the entities that may put this government the future to find that the Liberian people may benefit something little. You see, Judah Malema going over there because of the informations, the 12 years, what Baka have done to the Liberian people. Baka love the Liberian people, and I don't know the Kajo Liberian people, and when giving that a bit power. So all this information, the history of that 12 years, Baka, this, that, they put in no Baka is a cost. And now they coming to, you know, justify the inclusion when it comes to the democracy in Africa and to support their connections in Liberia. So that I is not coming on a friendly visit of Baka. So I want you should see that, but it will be in the interest of Liberian people also.
Thank you.
You know, it will be in the interest of Liberian people. Now I could say thank you. Okay.
Thank you. I hope you'll call tomorrow again. Every day, please try and call.
No. The real fight starts tomorrow. You know that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. We'll be willing to make a call. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Duke.
All right. What happened to Cutter? I'm gonna ask. Let me call Cutter back so he can make his closing. Okay, he's calling. Cutter, go ahead, make your closing so I can go around the room.
For me?
Yeah. Go ahead, make your closing.
Okay, so one of the things I keep hearing, I don't know who's saying, Fanati is a lawyer for somebody. I mean, for a central bank or other thing.
No,
I think our constitution is just like the country of America. Once you are elected to Senate, I mean, whether the House of Representatives, Senate, you cannot practice law to get money from the law.
but
You
what
can only render
Culture, what you need to stress on is that Flanty Kofa has a law firm. And the fact that Flanty himself is not practicing law does not mean that okay, Culture, I got to cut you off. Some important phone, please. I will call you back.
All right.
Hello, you have a call.
Yeah, Pajo, go ahead. You were saying something because the labor is on the phone.
Oh, the guy who called just now said that I say things about President Weah. But the question is, they cannot tell me what I'm saying is lie. That's the thing that happened with them. If I say Terry is saying something that's not true, then I should point those things out.
Right.
But you can't just say, I say things about a man that is, and you can't show me one or two instances that these are the things you said, and it's not true. When I sit here tonight, they are all facts. Did he attend the intercessors, the ceremony, the service today? He didn't attend it. When he took one, did he tell the Liberian people how much he made in the coffin? No, they said there was no money. Until Ellen said, no, I left 150 million. And then he came out and said, oh, who knows what 50? So how can you say that I am not saying it?
Sorry. Go ahead. Mr.
It's
George.
it's okay.
Could you allow Cutter to just wrap up? Then you can.
Yeah, then you go ahead.
Thank you. Cutter, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I was saying that I don't, because our constitution is just like we mimic the American Constitution, and in the Americans, I think the Senate, when I elected to Congress, if you're a lawyer, you can only render pro bono service. You can become a lawyer to a company to get profit or get money from them. Secondly, I want to, Mr. George, it's kind of a difficult when you come on the show and you be so emphatic, speaking the way you speak, that the things you are saying is true, and you have no physical evidence to those things you say. You say President Weah said he came and he only made 50 million or how many million. President Weah said he inherited a broke economy. A broke economy in the sense that 7 million could not, in the consolidated account, pay civil servant for the time he got in office, for even 1 month versus half a month. He inherited that kind of broke economy. When he got, our reserve should have been 500 million. He inherited a reserve of less, and he just announced it today, $90-some million in it. He's leaving with over 200 million for the new administration. He in our reserve, and he also leaving over 40 million in the consolidated account, the day-to-day operation. That's what he was saying. And then you come up with your own story that we got no physical evidence of, or we have not seen. He said that. And I understand. You can't. You won the election. You ran the propaganda. You put the falsehood out there. You put your conspiracy theory out there. You won an election. Good. The man can see that graciously. He's leaving with what he's leaving and everything. You still beating him because you just had to kill that man in Foya and beat him by the brother also and continue beating that. The same mentality you're carrying now. Y'all want CDC. CDC is okay. You're thinking we sit now and watch you're still beating CDC. What? How y'all want us to? I don't understand what's going on. So the best thing for you guys and for all of us now, since y'all want to continue beating on us, you're finna win the election. You're bringing new president in. We will be inaugurated. We're going to sit now and start to hold your feet, put your feet to fire. We will chastise you for every little mistake, because I was sitting outside, I will get you some work out 6 months or a year before I even start criticizing. But we're going to, every little mistake you guys made, we're going to be on your case, because you guys are not sincere people to Liberian people. You want to make this man to look, even the international community still giving president. We are proud of what he has done in Liberia. You're still sitting now trying to print out falsehood. Thank you so much. I'm listening.
All right, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Of falsehood.
Okay. All right. Mr. Josh, thank you for all right, let's go to Mr. Josh, then Terry can take us on. Mr. Josh, go ahead.
Let's look at Tabata. What did he say that I said about President Weah was not true? The tapes are there, Kete. And this is the problem with you people who are on the reaction or sedition. You cannot admit these facts. Do you know how many times President Weah told the Liberian that they didn't leave one cent in the coffer?
He said that. That was
so
clear.
So, I mean,
I don't know where you
come from.
I don't know where Keto is getting his.
Where you coming from? President Weah said there was no money in the coffer. The government, the coffer was empty. He said that they made a broke economy. Those are his words, Kete. I reached a point to start having dementia or someone.
God forbid you not get it, sir.
What is that point?
I ain't reached there yet.
Don't worry, you're not.
So don't come and say that we don't say anything. Those are President Weah's own words. Samuel Twain also said the same thing. They were singing a song on Ellen pushed by Ellen said, no, I left $150 million out there. And when I seen Joe, who came out to say, no, only $50 million is saw there again. Am I lying? He's on tape. Get it? No, you can't defend this kind of thing here. These things, that one is good. Because all these things are on tape. People can go and do the research and you will see it. You will hear it. So, Kete, I'm just sorry. These are true. Now, am I lying? Did he go to the church today? No. Can you say that lie again? Joseph Boga and Ellen Johnson did not attend his services? They did. So what is the lie? Joe, we are playing football. Good football. I gave it to him. He won the Ballon d'Or. That's him. So what you people that that man had done so much good for the country that people cannot appreciate it. The one he did, you gave him the credit. He built what, three parks. That's good. But he said today he had built hundreds of low-income houses. Where are the hundreds of low-income houses can you point to? Where are they? He said hundreds. So where are they? Can you point them to me? How many bay in Paradise Grand there? To total Tucson Junction, how many houses there? He went big. On the poor houses got buried in Popo Beach, he went down to 10 or 15 houses, 20 to build it. But he's seen hundreds. So, Kevin, I mean, look, it's just sad for you people. You can't defend this, they cannot defend his record. And you people will not defend it because we'll point it out. If Honorable Boaka, that was said, I'm not going after Honorable Boaka. Tomorrow he taking office. We'll see his policy, people he'll bring around him. Then we'll start going to him now. These are the things you promise us. You got to deliver. The player want to take Liberia will not take Liberia there. We're not going to sing praises to people who don't deserve it. If you do the right thing, we'll give it to you.
Right.
Ellen Johnson said, turn over power peacefully. She turned over power peacefully. She I don't know the guy there in Ivory Coast, the guy there in Guinea. She would have done it. But she said, no. I said, 2 terms, the law requires, I'm leaving. She left. President Weah had an opportunity. he misused it. So he could not win the second term. So I know Brokebo from Kula, it was not to say he could do, the president does not have the right to do anything in the country. There is a constitution. He must work within the confines of that law. So don't come and say the president could do anything in the country. We are not running a Benin Republic. Only in a Benin Republic, a leader can do anything that he feels like. And there will be no consequences of his action. But where there's law, a constitution, you must abide by it. You work within that confine of the constitution. So don't come and tell people the president could do anything in the country. No. There's a law. If you want to do anything within the country, then there will be no law. Then you will be the king and everything. So sedition, as you say, you go and reload. But you'll have questions to answer. Under your stewardship, we'll continue to scrutinize it while you're outside of government. And the incoming person will do the same thing. Where it's right, we'll call it.
Thank you. Terry?
Yeah.
Goes on.
Thank you for the show. Thank you, Pa George, your statement. I agree with you tonight, mostly in some of your analysis, especially your last presentation to Keto. And there's something Keto said that I want to debunk also. He said that, we brought propaganda against President Weah leadership. That is very laughable. President Weah said it sitting today in his speech. What then I will ask him, what did you use to win Joe Boyka in 2017? It was propaganda. And in fact, you had all the propaganda to your disposal because Joe Boyka then run the country for 12 years. And you also had Henry Costa the few days and all your propaganda machineries to launch out the old man that you are not fit. Unity Party ran for 12 years. Unity Party can face their own building, they get money. The papi living on loan, the man he using battery. All those things were propaganda, but the Liberian people did not buy it. Because the Liberian people saw your government was incompetent to run for their survivability. So that is the reason why they took power from you. It was not on the foundation of propaganda. Because the propaganda Unity Party had before on you was that President Weah is not educated. He don't know what to do. And the people did not buy that propaganda, even though that propaganda was true. We saw it for the past 6 years that President Weah really didn't know what to do. So, politics is about propaganda. If you don't run the government the right way, definitely this is what's going to happen. But what I want to tell Keita is that President Weah his statement today concerning what he's leaving will be justified. Because guess what? There is something called the 10-over note, Keto. The 10-over note will stipulate exactly the amount that the government is leaving. So if that money is on it.
We can hear you.
Yeah. You can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
So what is going to be on the 10-over note? If it's not what is left in the coffers, definitely Ambassador Boyka will expose it. But lastly, I wanted to say something I saw today that make me to be skeptical. The sitting of the vice president, the outgoing vice president. I know it's sitting right by Ma Ellen. Then I saw your man for Nati Kofa also sitting right by Ma Ellen, Labor. So what's going on? I hope the Omar is not going to be controlling your man to sabotage Honorable JMB government. That sitting today took my concern. I just want to end on that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Josh. Thank you, Terry.
No, nobody lied. There was no rumor about President Weah. He said people spread rumor. Let's get in and what are the rumors about? There's a difference between rumor and propaganda. So they must come and tell us.
Okay. Thank you. We're way past time. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. All right, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Folks, Samson to Labrador Public Radio. I want to thank all of you that call in. Water Culture, thank you very much for calling in. I hope one day your email stuff will work so we can have you on video as well. I want to thank all of you, those of you that call in, those of you that have been writing. Thank you very much by your writing. But one of the things that I noticed about your writing all the time is you're very respectful. You can disagree, but you don't come here to try to denigrate people and insult. Only one or two people do it from time to time. But the vast majority of you are just as civil as anything else. I really, really want to thank you guys very much. Thank you for staying with us for 1 hour, 2 hours, and still able to maintain your cool. Even though we say some stuff here that perhaps that will provoke you. For example, I come and say, CDC, put your foot in your mouth. But yes, you are still civilized and continue to be civil with me. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and we'll say good night to you. We'll be back here again tomorrow on Samson Talk. Tonight I'm sitting in for Mr. Soul, and tomorrow I will be on my own. Samson Talk, Labrador Public Radio. I want to thank all of you, and we'll say good night to all of you. Good night, folks.